Welcome back to a new video. In this series, we journey through ancient myth. Not just to meet the monsters and heroes of legend, but to witness the wars that shaped reality itself. Before the gods ruled Olympus, before mortals sang their names, there was war. Not for territory, not for vengeance, but for the very throne of the universe. This is the story of the Titanomachy, the divine war between the Titans and the Olympians. A war between generations, between past and future, between gods and those who dared to become them. The first crime, when sky was severed from earth. It began not with a battle, but with a betrayal. In the beginning, Uranus, the sky, covered Gaia, the earth. Together they created the first beings. The mighty Titans, the one-eyed Cyclopes, and the monstrous Centimanes, giants with 100 hands. But Uranus was afraid of his children, their power and their potential. So he cast them back into Gaia's womb, into darkness, into Tartarus, into pain. Gaia, suffocating under the weight of her imprisoned children, forged a blade of flint and called to her sons. Only Cronus, the youngest Titan, answered. When Uranus descended once more, Cronus struck and the sky was torn from the earth. With that single act, the cycle began. From the blood of Uranus sprang new beings. The Erinyes, Furies, the giants. And from sea foam, the goddess Aphrodite. But Uranus, before vanishing, cursed Cronus, "You too will be overthrown by your son." The reign of Cronus, and the return of fear. With Uranus gone, Cronus ruled. And for a time, peace reigned. This was the Golden Age, a world without toil, without suffering. But it was built on fear. Cronus, now king of the cosmos, took his sister Rhea as his queen. Together they had 6 children: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus. But Cronus remembered the prophecy. And so he swallowed each child whole, moments after birth. He thought himself safe. But Rhea, grieving, rebelled. She gave birth to Zeus in secret, on the island of Crete, and gave Cronus a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes. Zeus was hidden, raised in a cave, fed by the goat Amalthea, protected by armored warriors who drowned his cries with their clashing shields. A child destined to overthrow the king. Zeus returns, the spark of war. When Zeus came of age, he descended from the mountains and challenged his father. Some say he used a potion given by Metis, the goddess of wisdom. Others say he struck Cronus with force. Either way, Cronus vomited up his swallowed children. Fully grown, furious, and free, the 6 siblings united and declared war. This was not a skirmish. This was not a battle. This was Titanomachy, the war of the gods. The 10-year war, clash of cosmos. The Titans rallied to Mount Othrys, the Olympians to Mount Olympus. And between them, the earth cracked, the skies burned, and the oceans trembled. The Titans were powerful and ancient. Cronus led them. With him stood Iapetus, Hyperion, Ceus, and Crius. Old gods with dominion over time, stars, intellect, and strength. But the Olympians had youth, cunning, and prophecy. But still, the Titans endured. It was Gaia who offered the final key. She whispered to Zeus, "Free the ones your grandfather imprisoned and they will turn the tide." The turning point, monsters as allies. Deep in Tartarus, Zeus descended and freed the Cyclopes and Centimanes. Grateful, the Cyclopes gifted divine weapons. The thunderbolt for Zeus, the trident for Poseidon, and the helm of invisibility for Hades. The Centimanes hurled mountains. Their 100 arms unleashed chaos. Zeus hurled thunderbolts that split mountains. Poseidon shook the seas with his trident. And Hades, cloaked in invisibility, moved through shadows, striking unseen. The Titans could not stand. And so, after 10 years of cosmic war, the Olympians won. The The punishment in the new order. Zeus did not show mercy. The Titans, those who fought against him, were cast into Tartarus, bound by chains forged by the hundred-handed ones. Only a few were spared. Prometheus and Epimetheus, who sided with Zeus. Atlas, who was given a different punishment, to hold up the sky for eternity. A reminder that rebellion comes with weight. Zeus, now king of the gods, divided the world with his brothers. Zeus ruled the sky. Poseidon ruled the sea. And Hades ruled the underworld. Gaia sighed. The world settled. But beneath the earth, the Titans still stirred. The meaning of the Titanomachy. The Titanomachy is not just a myth. It is the Greek story of change, of rebellion, of cosmic evolution. It teaches us that power fears the future, that every ruler becomes the tyrant they once overthrew, that progress comes through destruction. This was not a war of good versus evil. There were no heroes, only the victors, only the survivors. And somewhere, always, the cycle waits to begin again. Thank you so much for watching. If there's another myth, monster, or moment you want us to explore next, let us know in the comments. And remember, every new god stands on the bones of the old. Every empire begins with rebellion. And every myth, even one born from thunder, is a story of fear and the will to rise above it. See you next time.